What does it truly take to control a nation's economy? For Mexico's most powerful families, it means stewarding a combined fortune well over $150 billion. These heirs and heiresses were not just born into wealth, they were born into a world of almost unimaginable privilege, with gargantuan fortunes built by their parents, grandparents, and even great-grandparents. These are not your typical social media influencers flashing fleeing cash. They are the modern-day royalty of Mexico's old money dynasties, and their collective wealth is so immense, so deeply embedded that it has the power to shape the very fabric of the nation itself. But what is it genuinely like to inherit a multi-billion-dollar empire? What is the weight of a family name that is also a national brand? We are counting down the 10 richest heirs and heiresses in Mexico to pull back the curtain on the lavish, complex lifestyles they lead and the immense power they are all destined to wield. From globe-spanning media empires to copper and silver monopolies that pull wealth from the very earth, these are the young scions now stepping out from the colossal shadows of their patriarchs, fully prepared and ready to take the reins of industries that define a country. Number 10. The Coppel family heirs. Kicking off our list is a sprawling dynasty set to inherit one of Mexico's most essential and visible retail empires, the heirs of the Coppel family. While the total family fortune is vast, key members of the third generation like Agustin, Enrique, Ruben, Alberto, and Jose Coppel Luquen each possess individual fortunes that range from 1.5 to over $6 billion. The Coppel story is a classic, almost cinematic tale of humble beginnings. The saga began in 1941 when the family patriarch Luis Coppel Rivas opened a small, unassuming shop in Culiacan called El Regalo. Following the economic strains of World War II, many customers found themselves unable to afford furniture and other goods with cash. It was then that Luis and his son Enrique pioneered a truly revolutionary idea in Mexican retail. They began selling their products on credit. This single brilliant innovation created a fiercely loyal customer base among the working class and laid the financial groundwork for what would become a retail behemoth. Today, Grupo Coppel is a sprawling network of over 1,600 department stores, and it's nearly impossible to walk through any Mexican town without seeing the familiar and trusted yellow and blue logo. The third generation, which includes over 30 descendants, is now formally stepping into leadership roles. Agustin Coppel Luquen, the youngest of 7 siblings, now serves as the influential chairman of the board and CEO of the entire group. Unlike some of the more reclusive families on our list, the Coppels are navigating their complex succession through a formal family council, which is headed by Agustin's cousin, Susana Coppel. Their lifestyle is a carefully managed blend of immense corporate responsibility and staggering private wealth. While they maintain a relatively low public profile, they are aggressively diversifying their assets. Some family branches have established sophisticated investment firms to fund cutting-edge sectors like biotechnology, AI, and fintech, ensuring their influence extends far beyond retail. This demonstrates a clear and forward-thinking vision. While their iconic department stores remain the core of the empire, the young Coppels are already ensuring their family's formidable fortune not only endures but continues to grow for many generations to come. Number 9. The Cerviche family heirs. Coming in at number 9 are the heirs to a brand that is a household staple in nearly every corner of Mexico and far beyond. The Cerviche family, owners of the global food giant Grupo Bimbo. With an estimated family fortune of around $7.7 billion, the third generation isn't just inheriting a business, they are the designated stewards of the largest baking company on the planet. The dynasty began in 1945 when Lorenzo Cerviche, the ambitious son of a Catalan immigrant, co-founded Panificación Bimbo in Mexico City. The company launched with just a handful of products, but its masterstroke was the iconic white bread wrapped in cellophane, a true novelty at the time that signaled hygiene and quality. The friendly and now famous Bimbo logo quickly became a national symbol of trust and freshness. From these modest beginnings, Grupo Bimbo expanded at an astronomical pace. Through a series of savvy, aggressive acquisitions, it evolved into the world's largest bacon company, owning a portfolio of beloved brands like Entenmann's, Thomas's English Muffins, Sara Lee, and Orweed. Leading the colossal company today is Daniel Servitje Montul, the son of founder Lorenzo. Born in 1959, he was meticulously prepared from a young age for this monumental role, earning an undergraduate degree from the Universidad Iberoamericana and the prestigious MBA from Stanford University. He officially joined the family business in 1982, dutifully working his way up through various departments before being appointed CEO in 1997. It was under Daniel's transformative leadership that Bimbo morphed into a large Mexican company into a global juggernaut with a presence in over 33 countries. His lifestyle is intensely business-focused and disciplined, and while he intentionally keeps a lower public profile than other billionaires, his influence is deeply felt on the boards of other major corporations like Coca-Cola FEMSA and Grupo Financiero Banamex. He and his family are living proof that even something as humble and simple as a loaf of bread can build a multi-billion-dollar global dynasty. Number 8. The Hank family heirs. At number 8, we delve into the world of the Hanks, a family whose name is synonymous with both staggering wealth and generations of formidable political power. With a fortune estimated at around $4 billion, this dynasty's influence permeates everything from banking and industry to the highest echelons of government. The current generation, particularly Carlos Hank Ron and his son Carlos Hank Gonzalez, now stand as the public faces of this powerful and complex legacy. The epic story begins with the family patriarch Carlos Hank Gonzalez, a former school teacher who famously and controversially coined the phrase, "A politician who is a poor politician." He methodically rose through the ranks of Mexico's powerful institutional revolutionary party, PRI, and his immense political influence is widely alleged to have provided the foundational bedrock for the family's sprawling business empire. His son, Carlos Hank Ron, born in 1947, took that foundation and massively expanded the family's wealth primarily through Grupo Hermes, an industrial conglomerate, and by securing a significant stake in Banorte, one of Mexico's largest and most important financial groups. Now the third generation has been thrust into the spotlight. Carlos Hank Ron's son, also named Carlos Hank Gonzalez, is the dynamic chairman of the board of Grupo Financiero Banorte, continuing the family's deep and profitable involvement in the national financial sector. Under his leadership, Banorte has been recognized with awards for innovation and corporate governance. However, their immense influence has not come without intense scrutiny. They have faced numerous allegations and controversies over the decades, yet have managed to weather every storm. The Hank heirs exemplify a unique type of old money dynasty where business and politics are inextricably and powerfully linked, forcing them to navigate a world of high-stakes corporate leadership while managing the enduring legacy of a name that commands both profound respect and deep suspicion.
Number 7. The Beckman family heirs. Breaking into our list at number 7 are the heirs to a fortune built on Mexico's most celebrated and iconic export, tequila. The Beckman family, the proud owners of the Jose Cuervo brand, command a staggering fortune, with key members like Juan Domingo and Karen Beckman personally holding billions. For an incredible 11 generations, they have been the faithful stewards of the world's most famous tequila company. The dynasty's roots are buried deep in Mexican history, tracing all the way back to 1758, when King Ferdinand VI of Spain granted José Antonio de Cuervo y Valdez a plot of land to cultivate agave. The family began the commercial distilling of tequila in 1795, a milestone that makes José Cuervo the oldest active distillery in all of Latin America. The current patriarch, Juan Francisco Beckman Vidal assumed control in 1970 and masterfully transformed the family brand into a global spirits powerhouse. Today, that immense responsibility falls to his children. His son, Juan Domingo Beckman Legarreta, serves as the chief executive officer of Beckel, Jose Cuervo's parent company, while his sister, Karen Beckman Legarreta, sits on the board maintaining family oversight. Juan Domingo has been instrumental in modernizing the centuries-old company, successfully leading it through a pivotal IPO in 2017. The lifestyle of the Beckman heirs is a fascinating fusion of deep-seated tradition and unapologetic modern luxury. They are fiercely protective of their unique heritage, but also live lives of extraordinary globe-trotting wealth, with known properties that include lavish apartments in New York's Trump Tower. They are not merely sitting on their tequila money, they are actively reinvesting it, proving that the entrepreneurial fire that was first lit in a field of agave over 250 years ago is still burning brighter than ever. Number 6. Maria Asunción Aramburuzabala Larregui. At number 6, we have one of the most powerful and respected businesswomen in all of Latin America, an heiress who didn't just inherit a fortune, but heroically saved it, defended it, and multiplied it. Maria Asunción Aramburuzabala, with a personal net worth of around $9 billion, is famously known as Mexico's Queen of Corona. Her story is a gripping tale of defiance and sharp business acumen. Her fortune originates with her grandfather, a Basque immigrant who co-founded the legendary Grupo Modelo brewery in 1925. The sudden and unexpected death of her father in 1995 put the family's substantial stake in the company at serious risk. Instead of cashing out and selling their shares, Maria Asunción, then only in her early 30s, boldly stepped up. Along with her mother and sister, she formed Tresalia Capital, a name meaning three allies, to fiercely protect their inheritance. She demanded and took a seat on Grupo Modelo's board, and in 2012 orchestrated the monumental $20.1 billion sale of a majority stake to the Belgian-Brazilian beverage giant Anheuser-Busch InBev. Today, Aramburuzabala is far more than just a beer heiress. Her private equity firm, Tresalia Capital, holds a vast and diversified portfolio with investments in telecommunications, real estate, technology, and beyond. She is a regular and formidable presence at exclusive global business forums, widely known for her sharp intellect and a no-nonsense, take-no-prisoners approach. Having defied all odds and shattered glass ceilings in the deeply male-dominated world of Mexican business, Maria Asunción Aramburuzabala is not just an old-money heir, she stands as a dynasty builder in her own right, a testament to resilience and strategic genius. Number 5. Ricardo Salinas Pliego's heirs. Coming in at number 5 are the heirs of one of the most flamboyant, outspoken, and controversial billionaires of Mexico, Ricardo Salinas Pliego. With a family fortune that fluctuates around $5 billion, the 6 children of Ricardo Salinas are the heirs-in-waiting to a vast empire spanning media, retail, and banking. The family's commercial roots stretch back to 1906, but it was Ricardo who, after taking the reins of the family's modest retail chain, Grupo Electra, in 1987, aggressively built it into the mega fortune it is today. His signature strategy was offering credit to Mexico's lower middle class, a demographic largely ignored by traditional banks, and it proved to be a wildly successful move. Then, in 1993, he made a career-defining move by acquiring the state-owned media company Imevisión. He renamed it TV Azteca and shattered the long-standing television monopoly held by his rival, Televisa. Today, his children are deeply integrated into the empire, which is consolidated under the umbrella of Grupo Salinas. His daughter, Ninfa Salinas Sada, has followed the path of other dynasties by blending business with politics, having served as a senator for the Green Party where she focused on environmental legislation. His sons also hold key positions throughout the conglomerate, all being meticulously groomed to one day take over. The lifestyle associated with the Salinas name is one of extravagant, unapologetic wealth. Ricardo Salinas is famous for his combative social media presence, his opulent superyacht, and his outspoken views. His heirs are being raised within this highly public environment of immense wealth, constant public scrutiny, and relentlessly aggressive business tactics. They are set to inherit a brand of capitalism that is bold, populist, and perpetually competitive. Number 4. Alejandro Balleres Gual and siblings. Breaking into the top 4 are the heirs to one of Mexico's most significant and traditionally discreet fortunes, Alejandro Balleres Gual and his siblings. Following the passing of their legendary father, Alberto Balleres, in 2022, they inherited complete control of Grupo Bal, a massive conglomerate fundamentally built on silver and gold. With a family net worth estimated at $9 billion, this new generation now sits at the helm of a true old money dynasty. Known across the nation as the King of Silver, Alberto Balleres transformed the family business into an industrial and financial powerhouse. The crown jewels of the empire are Industrias Peñoles, one of the world's largest silver producers, and Fresnillo, the absolute top silver producer globally. Beyond mining, the family also controls the iconic and supremely upscale department store chain El Palacio de Hierro, often called the Harrods of Mexico. The succession was meticulously planned for years. The designated heir, Alejandro Balleres Gual, was carefully groomed to take over the vast enterprise. An alumnus of the prestigious Stanford University, he officially assumed the presidency of Grupo Bal in 2021, a year before his father's passing. His siblings also play vital roles, with his sister Teresa deeply involved in the management of El Palacio de Hierro, and his brother Juan Pablo managing the family's cattle and bullfighting division, a passion of their late father. The Balleres heirs perfectly reflect their family's long-standing tradition of discretion, preferring to operate their empire away from the intrusive glare of the media spotlight. Alejandro, in particular, is now tasked with the monumental challenge of navigating the massive empire his father built, ensuring the lustrous legacy of the King of Silver shines brightly for another generation.
Number 3. Germán Larrea Mota Velasco's heirs. Entering the top 3 is a family whose unimaginable wealth is literally pulled from the depths of the earth. We are talking about the heirs of Germán Larrea Mota Velasco, Mexico's enigmatic and elusive Copper King. With a staggering family fortune estimated to be between $28 and $42 billion, Larrea is the second richest man in Mexico, and his children are poised to inherit one of the largest and most powerful mining empires in the world. It was Germán who, after taking over as CEO of Grupo México in 1994, single-handedly transformed the company into the global behemoth it is today. Grupo México is the country's largest mining corporation and a top copper producer on the global stage. Not content with just mining, he aggressively expanded into transportation, acquiring vast railway networks that crisscross the entire nation of Mexico. Germán Larrea is famously reclusive, often described as Mexico's most mysterious billionaire. For decades, there were hardly any public photographs of him, a feat of privacy in the modern age. This intense, almost obsessive privacy naturally extends to his family. It is known that he has at least 2 children, but their identities, their roles within the company, and their personal lives are kept almost entirely out of the public eye, creating an impenetrable aura of mystique. Their lifestyle is one of supreme, heavily guarded luxury. The family empire, however, has also faced significant controversy, most notably a devastating 2014 spill from a Grupo México mine that contaminated the Sonora River, an event widely described as one of Mexico's worst ecological disasters. The Larrea heirs are therefore set to inherit not just a colossal fortune, but also the complex and heavy legacy of extreme privacy and grave social responsibilities that come with it. Number 2. The Calderón and Gonda de Rivera heirs, FEMSA. At number 2, we find the heirs to an empire that touches millions of lives across Latin America every single day, the families behind FEMSA. While several families own significant stakes, the primary heirs are the descendants of the original founders, including the Calderón Rojas brothers and the influential Gonda de Rivera family. Together, they control a fortune in the tens of billions, an empire built upon the world's largest Coca-Cola bottler and the utterly ubiquitous OXXO convenience store chain. The conglomerate's origins trace back to a brewery, Cervecería Cuauhtémoc, founded in the industrial city of Monterrey in 1890 by 5 distinct families. Over the next century, the modern FEMSA became a dominant force in both beverages and retail. The most visible face of the controlling families today is Eva Gonda de Rivera, who is consistently cited as one of the richest women in Mexico. She is the widow of the legendary Eugenio Garcés Laguera, the former chairman of FEMSA, who was a descendant of one of the founding families. Upon her husband's death in 2008, Eva and her 4 daughters inherited his massive stake in the company. While they retain ultimate control, the day-to-day leadership has largely fallen to her son-in-law, José Antonio Fernández Carvajal, who serves as the current chairman. He is often referred to by the imposing nickname El Diablo, or the Devil, for his incredibly sharp, aggressive, and effective business skills. It was he who masterminded OXXO's explosive and seemingly unstoppable growth, which now boasts over 20,000 stores. The heirs to this vast fortune lead exceptionally private lives, perfectly embodying the discreet, understated old money ethos of the powerful Monterrey elite. Their power, however, is tangible in the daily life of the nation. It's nearly impossible to go a single day in Mexico without, in some small way, financially contributing to one of these very dynasties. Number 1. Carlos Slim Domit and the Slim heirs. And claiming the number 1 spot is a name that is not just the richest in Mexico, but consistently ranks among the richest in the entire world, the heirs of Carlos Slim Helú. With a family net worth that hovers around an almost incomprehensible $82 to $99 billion, the children of Carlos Slim are the undisputed heirs of Mexico's largest and most influential private empire. The colossal Slim fortune began humbly when Carlos's father, Julián Slim Haddad, an immigrant from Lebanon, opened a dry goods store called Star of the Orient in Mexico City in the early 20th century. Carlos took the business lessons learned from his father and, through a lifetime of brilliant and shrewd investments, built the sprawling conglomerate known as Grupo Carso. His most transformative and legendary deal came in 1990 when he and his partners purchased the state-owned telephone monopoly, Telmex. This single acquisition became the foundation of América Móvil, which is now one of the largest mobile telecommunications companies in the world. Today, the family's empire extends far beyond telecom, with major holdings in retail, mining, finance, construction, and even a significant stake in the New York Times. The succession has been a slow, deliberate process, underway for years. Carlos, now in his 80s, has gracefully handed over the day-to-day operations to his 3 sons, Carlos, Marco Antonio, and Patrick. The eldest son, Carlos Slim Domit, born in 1967, now serves as the chairman of the board for both América Móvil and Grupo Carso. His lifestyle is one of disciplined, high-profile power, and, like his famous father, his focus remains relentlessly on business. His brothers are equally integrated into the vast empire, while their sister, Somaya, is deeply involved in the family's significant philanthropic and cultural efforts, most notably the Somaya Museum, named in honor of their late mother. The slim heirs were not raised to be idle socialites, they were meticulously groomed from birth to lead. They are the ultimate old money scions, inheriting a level of power, influence, and national responsibility that few families in modern history have ever known. These are the dynasties that effectively control a nation. Their epic stories of inherited wealth, dynastic power, and unimaginable privilege are actively shaping Mexico's future, for better or worse. What do you think of these billion-dollar inheritances and the power they command? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you were fascinated by this deep dive into the world of the ultra-rich, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on all notifications so you never miss another exploration into extreme wealth. From the absolute retail dominance of the Coppel family to the globe-spanning telecommunications empire of the Slims, the sheer scale of wealth concentrated in the hands of these 10 families is almost beyond comprehension. Their fortunes, built on the bedrock of steel, silver, beer, and bread, are now being passed into the capable hands of a new, highly educated generation. These heirs, many of them alumni of the world's most elite institutions, are not just living lives of unimaginable luxury, they are the new, modern stewards of Mexico's economic destiny. Their influence is so deeply woven into the core of the nation that it's nearly impossible to go a single day in Mexico without, in some small way, financially contributing to one of these very dynasties. As they finally step out from the long and imposing shadows of their fathers and grandfathers, they will be forced to navigate a world of new technological and social challenges, all while wielding a level of power that most of us can only ever dream of. The grand story of Mexico's old money is far from over. A new and perhaps even more consequential chapter has just begun.